I just meditated and I had a contact with my soul. We say this anytime we meditate. Whenever we sit in meditation, we say, I got contact with my soul, my Atma, my inner self, or something like that. My dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods, my name is Parinitha Patri and I am here to gift you yet another word for this beautiful, amazing series of episodes called a Spiritual Glossary, my dear friends. And yes, you have guessed it right. And today we are going to talk about the word called soul, human soul. So my dear friends, we always keep talking about soul subject, soul theory, soul, messages and soul perspective. We talk this word, we say this word so many times in our life. Mostly, I guess, every day. We talk about this word called soul. And especially human soul. So my dear friends, I would like to bring to you, and this is very important for everyone to understand what a soul is, what a human soul is all about. So do you want to know what a human soul is all about? Why do you want to delay this? So let's get started, my dear friends. Human soul is the subjective sun living in the bodies. It is the pure rhythm, the power station from which all graces and all creative beauties may radiate. All beauty, health and creativity will belong to those who purify the atmosphere of the soul and release its glory. And throughout centuries, people have sensed something greater and deeper within man and nature than our normal waking consciousness can grasp. They have known intuitively that there was something more they could somehow contact and from which they could derive more light, more joy and more serenity. Thus, for centuries, human beings have aspired to find that deeper being. In ancient religions, this inner or deeper being was called the soul, the spirit, the Buddha, the inner Christ, the hope of glory. It was also called the center of freedom, the silent watcher, the presence, the real self, or even the father. The human soul is a solar angel for elementals. This teaching was distorted in many esoteric books. You are not a solar angel, but you are a solar angel in relation to your physical, emotional and mental elementals, my dear friends. The soul is the eye of the monad. For many thousands of years, the human soul, the monad, was identified with the physical, emotional and lower mental worlds. In all these ages, the solar angel helped him to detach himself step by step from the lower self and lead him on the path of initiation. At first, the human soul had no control upon his own vehicles. And the solar angel then represented the human soul. In the womb of the solar angel, the human soul is in gestation. Man will be born as a physical being many times before the human soul is born. The birth will occur only at the first initiation. The human soul is a magnet and in general, he is focused in the lower mind or between the higher and lower minds. When the human soul attracts rays of revelations, higher impressions, inspirations and ideas, these currents lose their purity and charge and are mistranslated in the lower mind. The human soul exists consciously in the moment that he knows that practically he is not the physical body, he is not the emotional body and he is not the mental body. The human soul can force the bodies to act even if he is identified with them. But identification leads to confusion and false values. So my dear friends, that is what a human soul is. So when we say soul from our mouth, please remember these inferences. Please remember these meanings. Please remember this deeper meaning of the word called human soul. So my dear friends, this particular word, the human soul, or the term called human soul has been taken from the books called as Challenge for Discipleship, The Psyche and Psychism, The Hidden Glory of the Inner Man, and The Fiery Carriage and Drugs, written by Torkom Saraydarian. So my dear friends, that's it for today's episode, my dear friends, and what we have learnt, understood is the word called or the term called human soul. That is all for today's episode of Spiritual Glossary, my dear friends. I'll see you again next time with yet another wonderful word. Namaste.